Hello, Acadiana. Thanks for joining us. Now, all day we've been telling you about severe weather damage in Acadiana, the place hardest hit, Ville Platte. Check out this incredible video sent to us by one of our viewers. It shows the storm passing as it ripped through the area. Governor John Bel Edwards traveled there earlier today to survey the damage. And News 10's Sylvia Masters was there when the governor arrived in Ville Platte. She joins us live with more coverage. Sylvia, what do you have there?
That's right, Alfred. Well, we've been here all day in Ville Platte covering the extensive damage from today's storm. Now we're in front of just one of the many houses that suffered this kind of damage, if you will. Behind me here, Elwood Shields, our photographer, is going to take a look at this completely uprooted tree that caused a house to be damaged. There's a hole in the house where a lot of the belongings here residents have lost. But again, just take a look at this tree that was completely uprooted. You gotta think a lot of significant weather damage caused this to happen. Now, as Alfred was saying, Governor John Bel Edwards came to Ville Platte. He was in Shreveport. He drove here, held a press conference, talked about the specifics of what exactly this weather caused damage here in Ville Platte. And he also took around and he visited several residences where people have lost a lot, in some cases everything. And so he toured two houses where there was tree damage. Two trees fell on top of houses. That there was two residents who lived in one house. I thought they were okay, but they were still in shock. And again, Governor Edwards says thousands remain without power. Just in this region alone, about 22,000 people are without electricity. Governor Edwards said that CLECO is on the ground. They are surging and are bringing in contract labor from outside the region in order to try and get electricity back up and running as quickly as possible. Now, Governor Edwards was in Shreveport earlier today, and again, he drove here and says thankfully there's no fatalities regarding this weather damage. And take a look at what he had to say.
But there are downed trees all over the region, in yards, on streets, in highways, and in rights-of-way. We also have dozens of utility poles that are either broken or uprooted, and we have electricity lines that are down and across roads and so forth. And so we're asking everyone to be extremely cautious.
Now, what we do know is that there are three relatively non-serious injuries that were reported here in Ville Platte due to severe weather. But we also know, again, no electricity, and Mayor Vadrine said that may take a couple of days, as well as no electricity here, but there's also a curfew that is still in place. So if you're on the road, just stay home, don't get out and sightsee. For now, reporting live in Ville Platte, Sylvia Masters, KLFY News 10.
All right, Sylvia, thank you for painting that picture for us. She and videographer Elwood Shields have been covering the Ville Platte area for us all morning long, including this afternoon. Now we'll head out to News 10's Caroline Marcello, who is also in the Ville Platte area. Caroline spoke with residents impacted by the damage. She joins us live with more.
Dalford, I want to show you a little bit of the cleanup effort progress that was made throughout Ville Platte today. So all of the trees that are on side of the road right now, this morning, they were in the middle of the road, blocking cars on top of power lines. Really was a mess. Residents, public work crews, and power crews have been working all day to clear the trees and try to restore power back to the city of Ville Platte. Now, I spoke to many residents today who said this was the worst weather they've ever seen as they lived here in Ville Platte.
It sounded like destruction, complete mayhem. I'm talking like if trains was colliding. That's how much force and winds, trees was falling. It was very nerve-wracking, you know, like 4 o'clock in the morning, and it was very catastrophic.
That's the worst I ever saw. Like I've been living here for the longest, and I never experienced this at all.
Hurricane Lily, through Hurricane Katrina, Gustav, it was nothing compared to Harvey. It was nothing compared to just like 3-4 hours of just mayhem.
Now, the mayor did tell us earlier today that there were no fatalities or injuries from this storm, which everyone is thankful for. Now, there is a curfew in effect right now. Law enforcement is asking everyone to stay in their homes. And that Shell gas station we were at earlier today, they're going to close at 7 o'clock tonight in observance of that curfew. So everyone, if you can, law enforcement is asking that you stay home. Reporting in Ville Platte, Caroline Marcello, KLFY News 10.
All right, thanks for the coverage, Caroline, and videographer Gerald Keys, who have been doing a phenomenal job for us today. Now, this morning storm uprooted a Mamu home from its foundation and planted it in the middle of a road. Now, it happened on Lance Meg Road, and News 10 spoke with the homeowner, who says she is okay. The home ended up being demolished because of the extensive damage. In Iberia Parish, there was another area that was hit by severe weather this morning. News 10's Lester Dewey was there. Lester joins us live from outside New Iberia, where a roof blew off a home. Lester, what more can you tell us?
Yeah, that's right, Dalford. As you can see, just a strong sheer wind from this morning's storm ripped off parts of this roof from this building right here. And if you take a look right here as well, you can see a number of pieces of that roof actually coming into this yard. And what we always warn everyone during storm damage is, during the storms, is flying debris. I mean, this can take an eye out. And if you really take a look over there, another piece of the roof is in that tree, kind of near a power line. And some parts of the roof even went into the neighbor's yard. He shares the frightening ordeal from this morning.
About 7:20, we woke up to a loud noise. It sounded like a freight train, like they see on TV.
That's the building and the power lines. Look at it right here.
Kurt Babineau took this video of the storm rolling through Iberia Parish near LA 31 early Sunday morning. When his family initially heard the loud noise coming from the wind, they took cover.
Got my wife up, we ran into the bathroom and kind of hid there for a couple of minutes, and next thing you know, we heard all the sound like maybe something flying apart.
The storm lifted parts of the roof from the building next door. The high winds bringing pieces of the roof flying into trees and some landing in Babineau's yard.
You can see the beams in the tree too, and wrapped it around the telephone posts and the power lines like it was tinfoil basically.
Linemen from CLECO worked diligently to restore power to the area and put utility poles back in place. The sheer power of the winds on full display here.
Basically wrap the tin like it's aluminum foil, you know, it's like it's almost nothing.
Babineau says it was a scary few minutes, especially thinking the roof of his home could come off next. Happy to be alive?
Yes. Yes. Just, you know, I don't know if I got that worried, but it's worried about the house, you know, taking off and everything, so pretty cool.
Yeah, Babineau also tells me that right after the storm hit, he initially called his daughter, who lives in a trailer, nervous for her safety, but she is okay, and everyone that we're hearing in Iberia Parish is okay. CLECO also restored power to the home in a number of hours. The only place where we're hearing where there could be a few homes without power in Iberia Parish is behind New Iberia High School on Caroline Street. But stay updated with KLFY.com as more information becomes available. Live in Iberia Parish, Lester Dewey, KLFY, News 10.
All right, great coverage out there, Lester, and videographer Logan Fusilier. Now, CLECO is reporting many power outages across Acadiana after the early morning storms. Now, the utility company had about 20,000 customers with power outages today. Now, CLECO has mobilized all line crews and an additional 115 contractor crews from Arkansas, Louisiana, Mississippi, and Texas to help with restoration efforts. Stay with us on KLFY News 10 for more news development and KLFY.com for the latest information.